So, what about Philip Glass's music tonight struck you? I mean, do you feel a kinship, a relationship with what you heard this evening?
Yeah, I mean, the first time I experienced Philip Glass was watching the Coxie trilogy, the 3 films that he did with, I'm going to say his name wrong, George Reggio or something, but that really, I've been very familiar with that, and then hearing this piece tonight, it really had a lot of the qualities that I had come to recognize in his music. I thought it was kind of ironic that the name of the series, aside from Philip Glass or Dawes, is called Pulse, when this feeling of a pulse, this constant beating is like a big part of almost everything I've really heard Philip Glass do. That's always a real constant thing that you can come to rely on hearing. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that he does. I mean, obviously we're a rock and roll band, so there's things that this, legendary classical composer does that it's something that we would, dream of attaining. The way he's able to slip in and out of dissonance and make it kind of rub your ears in a strange way, and then all of a sudden, like, dig out this gorgeous line that makes you want to cry, like all within 2 seconds. It's something to behold.
You're saying you can't do that?
Oh, we can, trust me.
I've heard you do it. I've seen it. So, have you ever done anything like this before? Have you ever teamed up with an orchestra? This is the first, yes?
This is the first. This is it's a dream come true is an understatement. This is something that I never thought we'd have the opportunity of doing, and even at sound check today, I was over the moon. I mean, I remember when I was in, I won't put the guy on the spot, but I remember when I was in college, I didn't go for very long, but I was working on classical voice, and I was trying to be a classical singer, and our voice teacher was like, well, when you're ready to quit your songwriting hobby, it'll be really great for you to commit to classical music. And I was like, man, I didn't want to hear that. So that's when I decided to just be in a band. So I feel like today is me finally being like, see, it is worth something.
Given that songwriting, the act of songwriting, there is an inherent mystery there. Every songwriter I've ever spoken to basically says as much. Given that, can you comment for a moment on how it works for you and for Dawes? Tell us a little bit about your process, if you would.
For me, I mean, like what I would imagine it is for a classical composer, it's really like something will reveal itself, whether it's the first line of a verse, or just a melodic line that I will hold on to for, a few weeks or something, and then that will sort of snowball into something that's a full-fledged song. I mean, I remember in a Tom Petty interview where he talks about how I don't know where it comes from, and I'm scared that if I looked into it, it would go away. And for me, I mean, I'm constantly trying to change how it all happens, because I feel like if I get too clear on how it is I do it, or what my procedure is, I feel like then I can get into habits where I think it's important for any musician to break those habits as fast as possible. Like for a while I would say, well, it takes me about a week to write a song. And then all of a sudden this became some self-fulfilling prophecy, and I would be almost done with a song in a day, and I'm like, no, but it takes me a week, so I'm going to stop. And then all of a sudden I realized like this is counterintuitive. Or I would say I work from title first, and then I would start writing a song that was kind of fine, and then I would go, but I'm not starting from title, so I'm not going to do this. And so I feel like if you do have any tricks or habits, I feel like it's cool to recognize them, but I also feel like it's important to push them aside eventually.
Well, I do believe it's time to hear some of these songs. Thank you.